I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in a mood. And probably I won't be tomorrow. Maybe.
This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple sets the date for WWDC. One analyst says Apple's doing the LLM thing, and a big night of comedy for Apple TV Plus. It is Wednesday, the 26th of March, 2025. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Incogni. Take your personal data back and get 60% off an annual plan with code MacOSKen at incogni.com/MacOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSKen. Somebody wrote recently and asked why all of the news these days is so negative, and I got no answer. Except for the lack of hope I feel, the lack of optimism maybe. I mean, I guess that could do it. Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference returns the week of June 9th, according to a press release from the company, and my immediate thought is, so what? I know it's important to developers, but for the rest of us, well, there are two things that leap to mind. The first, if they announce something amazing, we won't feel comfortable hanging our hats on it given the promises made at last year's WWDC on which the company proved unable to deliver. The second, if they don't announce anything amazing, cue the cries of Apple is boring and evolution not revolution and Apple circling the drain, and it's time for Tim Cook to go, and blah, 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 blah. I would like to say that got out of my system, but I'd be a bit surprised. Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference returns the week of June 9th, according to a press release from the Cupertino company. Online again. Online forever, one assumes, so the company will host a select group of developers and students during a special event at Apple Park on the 9th. Available for free to all developers, the release says WWDC 25 will spotlight the latest advancements in Apple software. As part of Apple's ongoing commitment to supporting developers, the conference will provide them with unique access to Apple experts, as well as insight into new tools, frameworks, and features. Company says it will share additional WWDC info as the conference approaches. You can keep up with that either through the Apple Developer app or on the WWDC site. Do you ever think about words? I know I do, and I'm sure Loop Capital analyst Ananda Barua thinks about them as well, though I'm not sure he thinks about what they mean. On Tuesday, Investors Business Daily quoted Barua as saying, Apple is officially in the large server cluster generative AI game, and Supermicro and Dell are the key server partners. While we are still gathering further context, this appears to have the potential to be a generative AI large language model cluster. Not to be all Inigo Montoya, but while he uses the word officially, I do not think it means what he thinks it means. Has there been an announcement? If yes, please link to it. If no, not official. Especially since, according to Investors Business Daily, Barua says Apple is in the process of placing orders for about $1 billion in NVIDIA systems. It is a long way from in process to officially. The report says the analyst believes Apple's strategy shift was compelled by troubles in bringing its AI-enabled Siri digital assistant to market. I'm not saying he's wrong. I will say it would be a gargantuan shift. No doubt, though, a gargantuan shift is what a lot of people think Apple needs. Barua has a hold rating on Apple shares. Last I saw, his price target on the shares was $230. Our What the Hey play of the day comes compliments of Apple CEO Tim Cook. It's almost out of me. I'm pretty sure it's almost out of me. Our What the Hey play of the day comes compliments of Apple CEO Tim Cook. Mac Rumors had the exec praising China's DeepSeek AI while standing knee-deep in China. According to Mac Rumors, DeepSeek has been praised for developing large language models that achieve comparable results to those from U.S. firms such as OpenAI, while requiring significantly fewer resources. Of course, it does have a few issues, like rewriting or ignoring history, which in some cases is fine with a lot of people these days, ignoring well-established borders, which in some cases is fine with a lot of people these days, and sending user data unencrypted to Chinese companies like China Mobile and TikTok parent ByteDance. Speaking at the China Development Forum in Beijing, though, Apple CEO reportedly referred to DeepSeek AI models as excellent. I want to say when in China, but China's not the only place Cook has spoken well of DeepSeek. On the last earnings call, Mac Rumors had the CEO saying, "Innovation that drives efficiency is a good thing," in reference to AI companies like DeepSeek, which have been able to deliver impressive performance with lower cost and compute requirements. Plus, imagine how lean they can run by not worrying about security. Okay, maybe that got it out of my system. More news in a moment. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Incogni, helping you take back your personal data. Incogni works to get your personal data away from data brokers, organizations that gather and package as much information as they can about all of us, then sell it on to other organizations. They sell to advertisers, they sell to insurance companies. Some sell to other data brokers who make even bigger files on all of us. Sounds unstoppable, yet Incogni does work to stop it. They reach out to data brokers on our behalf, requesting the removal of our personal data, dealing with any broker objections, and doing it over and over again. If you're an Incogni user and your info pops on a site that had removed it, Incogni is ready with another removal request. Their work saves time and offers peace of mind. Two things that I love about Incogni's service. Let them work for you. Take control of your data privacy today with Incogni. Get 60% off an annual plan with code MacOSKen at incogni.com/MacOSKen. That's a great savings, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. INCOGNI. Get 60% off an annual plan with code MacOSKen at incogni.com/MacOSKen. Apple Music Classical has added some new features. A piece from my Download blog says the service now includes radio stations and personalized recommendations. Apple's release notes say the updated app also includes time-synced listening guides for over 150 popular works. Unfortunately, nothing I've seen explains what those are exactly, and I've not had time to check them out yet. I do plan to, though. If you're an Apple Music subscriber, you can as well. Apple Music Classical is included with an Apple Music subscription. It is a separate app, though. The latest update, version 2.2, is available now in the App Store. Tackling tunes from a different angle, a piece from Engadget has word of an update for DJs. The report says DJs now have access to Apple Music's catalog of over 100 million songs through additional hardware and software platforms. Previously available through Algorithm's DJ Pro, this week's update adds support for Alpha Theta, Denon DJ, Engine DJ, Newmark, Rain DJ, and Serato. According to Engadget, Apple says it's giving DJs access to its music catalog so it can be used as a creative tool and so they can easily tap into their personal libraries. There's a new DJ with Apple Music category page in the streaming app with curated playlists, and each platform has its own curator page, complete with practice material. All of this is said to be part of a new initiative called DJ with Apple Music, not to be confused with Apple Music's DJ mixes. The Engadget piece says there is an associated subscription service for DJs. It's possible that kicks in when you try to plug in the equipment. There's no mention of a subscription in the associated section in Apple Music, and no block thrown up when I tried listening to some of the tracks. From booming beats to hearing health, a piece from Mac Rumors says Apple's hearing health features tied to AirPods Pro 2 have expanded to more countries. These are the features that will administer a hearing test and, if need be, turn the AirPods Pro 2 into hearing aids for people with mild to moderate hearing loss. As of this week, Mac Rumors says Australia, Brazil, Colombia, and Saudi Arabia are adding the functionality. They join more than 100 countries and regions that have already done so. News of another update for another set of EarPods. 9to5Mac says Apple subsidiary Beats has issued a firmware update for Powerbeats Pro 2. It's currently unknown what changes the update brings. At a minimum, the piece says, expect bug fixes and performance improvements. Remember the talk last month from Deadline that had Apple TV Plus zeroing in on a UFO movie? Yeah, this would be a big UFO movie, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and directed by Joseph Kosinski. They are the producer-director team behind Top Gun Maverick and this summer's Apple Originals title, F1. Well, the UFO deal is done for amounts that would make Midas blush. The Hollywood Reporter says Apple has acquired the rights to the still untitled UFO conspiracy thriller. The Reporter report says Apple has closed a deal on the project and a pickup worth dozens of millions of dollars. That's dozens of millions just to acquire. We haven't even gotten to production or actors or any of that stuff yet. Kosinski is said to have secured an 8-figure deal for directing the project. Zach Balin is said to be making in the mid-7-figure range for writing the script. And Bruckheimer is said to receive a top-of-the-market producing fee in the mid-7 figures. The Hollywood Reporter says Apple has confirmed the closing of the deal for the project, though it offered no comment on the fees and other points. No telling when Apple's big UFO pick will make the scene. Meanwhile, there is new stuff to watch now on Apple TV+. As Mythic Quest ends its 4th season today, the show's spin-off, Side Quest, has hit the streamer. An expansion of the MQ universe, a piece from 9to5Mac says the new show explores the stories of employees, players, and fans who are impacted by the game in an anthology format. The MQ season finale and all 4 episodes of Side Quest are available to stream now on Apple TV+. And finally today, the Seth Rogen-led, star-studded Hollywood comedy The Studio begins its run today. Rogen plays the new head of a studio who seems to love movies and seems to hate what's being done to them. The first 2 episodes of The Studio are also available to stream now on Apple TV+. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Incogni. Get 60% off an annual plan with code macOSKen at incogni.com/macOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
I feel happy.